you're going to read a version of events that comes from the prison, yeah, don't swallow that hook, line, and sinker. If you do,
yeah.
I got a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you.
Hey, speaking of, okay, so we talked about some of the true crime books that are out there and stuff. Have you watched the documentary "The Devil and the Death Penalty," or even like the Wicked Attraction documentary done by Investigation Discovery about these guys?
No, and I actually wouldn't mind it just because I know enough about the case where I couldn't, if I was fed misinformation, I could probably spot it instantly. But no, I haven't. If you ever want to do a follow-up show in a couple months, send me some damn links, and I'll promise I'll watch it and get freshened up. I almost thought about trying to watch a documentary just so I could be a little, because like I was saying before I came on, it's like, look, guys, I'm not a doctor. I don't consider myself an expert. I'm a person who just does this for fun. Like, I don't know the dates of all the cases. I don't know the dates of all the arrests. You know, it's funny when you mentioned Norris's birthday. Like, I mean, I know that off the top of my head. I know Larry's birthday off the top of my head, but I don't know, like I couldn't tell you where they were arrested at and, you know, all that. It wouldn't be, I wouldn't be able to pull all this stuff just right out of my,
oh, well, don't
right
put that. I didn't need a walking encyclopedia. In fact, what you've given me is far more valuable because, you know, I could sit here and Wikipedia this thing all day, but, you know, at the end of the day,
right.
You have the invaluable experience of having met with these guys, having written to these guys. When was the last time you actually talked to them or visited them?
Well, last time I visited Bittaker was, I want to say it was sometime maybe late last year. We had a bit of a falling out, and Larry just without getting into it, he just, I don't know, man, he just decided to do something that was really shitty, kind of shady. And I know why. I think I know why he did it. Like, he sent out basically what happened is he sent out one of the letters I wrote him. But it's only because he found out the person he sent my letter to, I had like 50 or 60 letters that he had sent. And unfortunately, there's a third wheel in this, and they told this other party that, Larry sent William, 50 of your letters. And I think that person got mad and demanded that Larry send him one of mine. And when this guy got it, he put it all over the internet, tried to add like family type photos in it, and I just couldn't believe that Bittaker would send out personal photos. And that was just, I'm good. I don't put up with disrespect. I don't care who you are. And but Norris, goodness, we probably talked less than 3 weeks ago. I haven't seen Norris since, oh gosh, when was the last Ghost concert in San Diego? I went down to see Ghost in concert, and I doubled over and I saw Bittaker Norris the day before the concert, and then I saw Norris after the concert, and then of course I went home. I forget what year. I mean, it was it was October of 2015 was the last time, so it has been a while. But Norris, I just got as a matter of fact, I have a letter here from Norris. It's postmarked May 22nd, and I haven't read it yet. I'm really bad about reading letters sometimes. It can take me a week or two to actually sit down, and because I like to have no distractions. I don't want, I want to have all my work done. I don't want, people around. It's been a hectic. Like I was telling you guys, I just went and picked up my car from the shop. I'm performing a wedding tomorrow, so there's like a lot of things on my plate, and I want to be able to read that when I've got no distractions, and I'll sit down and I'll write a quick postcard telling them I've read the letter, and I'll respond in more detail later, and then when I have time, I'll sit down and write a full missive. So hope that answers your questions. I'm still, really tight with Larry. One of Bittaker's friends did reach out to me and did ask if I would be interested in being his friend again. I just told the girl no. I said no, not really. I have no desire. I mean, there's some things you don't do, and putting, sending out personal photos and having some asshole put them all on the web and talk derogatory about your friends and family. And this is just some dirtbag in Florida who just wanted to talk a bunch of shit because, and I try not to do this, which is what I'm trying not to get into. But yeah, this person just decided to slam all my, and yeah, I'm not okay with that. And I don't need it, and nobody does. And, I took enough time out of my day, and to be treated like that, I was kind of like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Got plenty of
man.
inmates that treat me good, that still do good shit for me and I have a lot of fun with, so.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to ask you the token question, and I'm sure people always kick around. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter to me, but I'm still curious just from your perspective how you are, or what your vibe is between Norris and Bittaker. Did you ever get the sense of remorse from either one of them? Because, again, they're portrayed different ways.
Yes, from both. But in a different way. Bittaker was like, it never should have happened. I don't know how it happened. It just did. It's like it got away from us. But yeah, he outside of being incarcerated, because I asked this to Larry, when did you accept being on death row? When did you basically say, okay, I'm guilty? You admitted you're guilty. He said it took him about 5 years, because Larry played the innocent card for years. I didn't do nothing. I'm innocent. Yeah, and that eventually, once you kind of you accept the fact you're never going home. Norris, he feels sorry that people were killed, and he's like, if we didn't have to, kill them, and I said, but it's not okay to rape girls either, and he goes, it's not, but that's, I didn't want to kill anybody, no, and I think if the two of them hadn't got together, they particularly Norris, and it's not that I'm putting this on Larry. Please don't think, oh, he's hitting to it. That's right, Larry was the ringleader. They fed off of each other. They needed each other's co-approval to do this. But I don't think Roy. Roy might have raped another woman, but I don't think Roy would have killed anybody, and certainly wouldn't have. Made a hobby out of it. Roy's the one who got, real depressed and scared. He was A, scared Larry was going to kill him, and B, just didn't like, he said he felt a sense of guilt, and he told his friend about I forget the guy's name, but he told somebody, and the guy he told gets arrested and snitches. He goes, look, I know these guys are get me off these drug charges, and this is the thing, nobody believes them. So they have these police saying, hey, we got a guy who's saying these two guys are killing, and they're like, yeah, whatever. And it took a while before anybody would listen, and they started actually, Norris was arrested, I think, outside of his sister's, and Bittaker was in his hotel room masturbating in the shower. Norris was just pulling up to his sister's house, and the cops, all zoomed in. And again, I think that's why Norris minimizes his involvement, because of the family, doesn't want to be seen that way. And Bittaker said he was masturbating in the shower when he heard the door. Next thing he knew, the cops were throwing him out onto the floor, and didn't even get to finish. That's kind of how he put it.
He should have worked faster.
Oh yeah, but again, it's not funny, but it's funny. You just have to have a bit of a cold sense of humor, because some of it was kind of comical. Again, it's not killing people and stuff isn't funny. But I've cracked enough jokes with guys, about their cases, and that's something they usually don't like. But it's just you're trying to make light of a mood, man. And sometimes visits are hard, especially when you're going to executions or somebody has a date coming. Those kind of things it's difficult. So
goddamn, man, you just gave me the best segue ever, because I wanted to talk to you about this. Look, I'll give you an honest opinion, because I think we disagree on something, and I'm just going to let it fly, and then I want to get your opinion. We disagree on the death penalty, and I've given my opinions on it many times along with other people, but I want to hear your opinion. It's not that I don't respect your opinion. I do, and that's why I'm asking for it.
So you're pro-death penalty then?
Oh, absolutely.
So you don't mind that they kill innocent people. So if your father was arrested, you would rather see your father executed for a crime he didn't commit than to not see the person who killed your father executed. What do you hate? What do you hate more? Who do you love more? Would you rather see your father executed for a crime he didn't commit, or hang on, let me word this correctly. Do you want to see the person who, you would rather see your father executed for a crime he didn't commit more than seeing the person who killed your father being executed? Which weighs heavier on your heart? Seeing your father executed for a crime he didn't commit, or seeing the person who killed your father executed? Because you have to accept both possible outcomes if you're pro-death penalty, because both can happen.
I will answer that in the way of Fight Club, and I will answer it like this. If you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. And every once in a while, a few eggs are going to be broken.
We're not talking about eggs. We're talking about people. We're talking about your father, your mother, your sister, your brother. You. Have you ever been arrested?
Oh, I have, actually. And I have.
Have the police ever lied? Have the police ever lied about what you were being arrested for?
Fuck yeah.
So you're telling me that the police would never lie to get a conviction on some, let's just say, some.
Oh, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
13-year-old black kid who they say he raped a 12-year-old white girl. They give him 1 year of appeals, and they strap his 14-year-old ass into an electric chair and kill him. You're supporting something like that? You know why we got rid of the death penalty, right? They were just killing black people in the South, left and right. All white.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, it was
it's one of those things like, okay, but which is worse?
Like that.
Which is worse?
And
to
I'm
end
not
up
trying
like
to
Norris
argue.
and with I do at least want to get my point across.
It's okay to kill innocent people. That's what you just got to. Plus, it costs more. It costs more to give the person the death penalty.
Yes.
It costs more to get the death
penalty. That is the problem
jury.
with the death penalty.
Costs more to house them. Costs more. The housing alone costs twice as much as a regular inmate. That's not counting the appeal. So we're already paying twice as much to hold them. Let's say we hold them for 10 years. You could have held them for 20. Now you've got to take the trial part. It already costs so much to get a death qualified jury. Then you've got the death. You have to go through this trial. That's cost. Charles Ng was $9 million before they even got to trial. So you get to the trial. Then you're housing them for 10 years, which is fair. Let's just say 10. We're not going to say 20. So let's just say 10 years to make sure all the I's were dotted, all the T's were crossed. Then you've got to put this guy to death with drugs that in some cases don't even work. You got people choking, gasping, saying it hurts or I can feel it after 45 minutes. That's not really what we signed up for. Then you've got the families of that offender watching. Then what happens is because the DA was so adamant not to do DNA evidence, finally somebody gets the money to do it independently. Lo and behold, it's not the guy. But in a state like Texas, once a person's executed, case closed. Can't be reopened. Even though they know they killed an innocent person, they don't care. The state of Texas will kill you if you're retarded, if you're a Mexican national. They don't care about anything there. When you see an execution firsthand and you watch the family of that offender have to watch their loved one be put to death, I just thought about my father being on that strapped to that table. I was already against the death penalty. I know I would never want to see that happen to my father, and I would never want my father to have to see me like that.
Well, let's keep it with Bittaker and Norris. What possible reason do we still have them alive for? They killed people, obviously. Like, they were murderers. Like, why are they still breathing our air? Nothing against the guys as people towards you.
Okay, I got you. Well, the reason Norris is alive is because that was part of his plea agreement. If Norris was promised a life sentence,
like we talked about,
he might not have testified.
Them playing the game.
Might not have got out. So that's why Norris is alive. Probably costing the state way less than Bittaker. Bittaker, on the other hand, he's entitled to his appeals. Whether he's innocent or guilt, whether he admits guilt isn't a factor. He has to go through the appellate process, which, you'll be pleased, California just voted to shorten. So we're going to be taking out certain rights that inmates have to speed up the process.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, you talked about the death penalty and the whole thing surrounding it, and, I'm not disagreeing with you that the justice system's fucked up. I've been in jail for shit I didn't do once upon a time, so I'm not disagreeing with that.
Hopefully you never get arrested for a capital crime, because you'll find yourself on death row, and you're going to be thinking about this conversation, and you're going to be like, holy shit, that guy William was right. And all of a sudden, you're going to be thinking, the death penalty kills innocent people. It kills innocent people. We got to do away with it. And you'll be the one of those guys on death row. Sure, you're innocent, guy.
Fuck that, man. Kill me. Kill me. I don't want to be there for 40 years like Bittaker and Norris. That would suck, man. Kill me.
Yeah, it would. It would.
You see what I'm saying? I think it sucks worse to be there than it does to just be done with it. That's just my feeling.
Well,
and I'm not even a big proponent of the afterlife. I don't know what the fuck's there. Who knows?